You're probably here right now because you want to know the fastest way to level up. Well, you're in luck because I'm about to show you. This method is by far the fastest way to level up in the game, and it can be done on any level of character. I would recommend that if you are on a low level character, I would set up a starter base and get some basic supplies so that this is much easier. But if you are going to do this on a slightly leveled character already, any workshop items that you can bring in will make this a lot easier. So first, let's start out by going to the Styx map. The very first mission on the Styx map is where we'll be going. Once you drop into the mission, your goal is going to be to head to I-7. If you are on a brand new character, I would recommend getting a starter base, a bow, a knife, some cloth armor, and cooked meat to heal with. And if you're using a character that already has some workshop items, I would recommend bringing an armor and some type of weaponry. Either a decent workshop bow or a decent workshop spear should do. Having cooked meat and mission to heal will also help. All right, so now that you've gathered all the necessary resources, there is a marker in I-7. You need to go to it. Once you're at the I-7 marker, you're supposed to place a beacon for the mission. Don't worry about that. You don't need to do it. The reason why we're here is because there is infinitely spawning Komodo dragons. Komodo dragons here give between 1500 and 2200 XP per kill. And since they spawn infinitely, you can stay here as long as you want. If you want to go from level 1 to 50, you can very easily do it as long as you have the resources. They're also not too hard to kill. If you have a workshop spear, they should die in 2 hits. And if you're using items that you did make in the mission, it will take slightly longer to kill them, but it's still very easily doable. Ideally, having a bow and several hundred arrows would be best for doing this, because if the Komodo dragons do bite you, they give you a pretty nasty debuff. But if you are wearing armor and have a good spear, it's much faster to go up and melee them, but that's really personal preference. You can do either one that you want. And just as some quick tips, I would highly recommend having the perk that shows you animal health bars, as it will make this so much faster. You'll be able to see exactly where they spawn in and run straight to them. And these guys do spawn fast. They are always spawning. On a side note, crocodiles also can spawn here, but they're not much more of a threat than the Komodos themselves. I would also recommend, depending on how long you plan on being here, to set up a temporary shelter with a campfire and a bed to sleep through the nights. Skinning the Komodo dragons also does give extra XP, but I wouldn't recommend doing it because they constantly spawn. So if you found this guide helpful, consider liking and subscribing, and go watch this video. I'll see you next time.